There is one shiny Pokemon that you cannot encounter in the wild. You cannot find in raids, not even in research. And that's because shiny Scatterbug can only be found at the bottom of your profile in your Pavilion Collector medal, making it one of the rarest shinies in the game. So today I'm breaking down completely how to get this Pokemon, sharing a resource to help you guys add friends so you can get all 18 versions of this Pokemon, and other tips and secrets that I don't see anybody talking about for shiny Scatterbug. So the Scatterdust Pokemon Scatterbug was first introduced into Pokemon GO back in December of 2022. This was a Generation 6 Pokemon, meaning it was from the games of X and Y, and it had a 2-stage evolution line. You can evolve Scatterbug into Spoopa for 25 candies, and then Spoopa into Pavilion for 100 candies after that, and Pavilion is a special Pokemon. Well, the reason it is special is because it has regional variants. And Pavilion was actually the first time Game Freak, the main series Pokemon GO people, ever put regional variants in a game. And that's because the 3DS console was a region-locked console. So the Pavilion medal that you got on your 3DS would change depending on what region your console was from. So in Pokemon GO, they copied that feature. Now, Pavilion has a total of 20 patterns, with only 18 being currently available in Pokemon GO. The patterns we're missing are the Pokeball pattern, a Pavilion pattern only available during event distribution in Pokemon, and the Fancy pattern, also only available during event distribution. However, recently in Scarlet and Violet, it has become a common Pavilion pattern. Now, to encounter a Scatterbug, which you can evolve up into these regional variants of Pavilion, you need to pin gifts in Pokemon GO from your friends list. Now, you can track all of this through your Pavilion Collector medal, which is going to be in your medals in everybody's account. It's going to be the one with the big wings. As you can see, there's going to be 18 different Pavilions, showing you the 18 different regions where you can get encounter a Pavilion from. Now, if you've never pinned a gift in your profile from a certain region, you will have to pin only 3 gifts, and that will get you a Scatterbug encounter. For example, Tundra, never pinned a gift from Tundra. You will then make your medal go to the bronze level, and you will have to pin 9 gifts then to go ahead and get another encounter with Scatterbug. That will give you the silver Pavilion version of the medal. I don't have a silver I can show you right now, but just imagine it being silver. And then finally, of course, you have to pin 15 gifts to get your gold version of the medal. For example, Polar, I've pinned 15, so I have it at the gold level. Then after that, if you want to continue encountering Scatterbugs from a certain location, you have to pin 15 gifts every single time. If you get gold on every single different encounterable Scatterbug region, you will get the platinum version of the Pavilion medal overall. But as you can see, I'm still missing Tundra, so I haven't done that. But the true question you guys are probably wondering is like, what does Polar mean? What is Tundra? What are these regionals where you have to pin gifts from? Well, if you click into this little search icon here, it can actually show you a general idea of where you can go ahead and spin Pokestops to get gifts from different regions to go ahead and get every single version of Pavilion. But this is not a great resource. Let me show you a better one. I will link this below, but a creator was able to go ahead and give a much better general idea of the world broken up into Pavilion patterns. You can go ahead and click in, and for example, this will show you High Plains best estimate. Now again, this is not going to be completely accurate, but if you're ever wondering what type of Pavilion your area will be giving you, you can go ahead and look on this map. For example, I am from Canada, from Ottawa here, so I am going ahead and giving out Polar gifts. If you're ever missing a certain Pavilion medal, for example, I'm missing Tundra, I need to get some gifts from Iceland or Norway to go ahead and work on that one. Now, I'm sure this now begs the question for you guys. How do you get people from around the world to add you as friends so they can send you gifts from different regions? You can pin those gifts and get these different shiny Scatterbug encounters. Getting all different 18 versions of shiny Scatterbug in Pokemon GO, one of the hardest feats in the world, but here is where you start. Well, I've created a resource on my Discord where you can go ahead and drop your friend code and what region you're in, and go ahead and then add friends from the regions you're looking for Scatterbugs from. Let me show you how to do it. So if you join the Discord link below, you verify your account, you can fully get access to all the Discord channels, and you're going to want to find the one called the Pavilion Info. In here, there'll be a quick breakdown of how this works, telling you the rules that you have to follow. Let me explain. Well, first you're going to come to this drop down here, and you're going to go ahead and select the region in which you're going to be sending gifts from. I'll reiterate, if you don't know where you're sending your gifts from, come to the map link below and you can find out wherever you live. For example, for me, it's in Ottawa. Then go ahead and click here, and I am Polar. So in the Discord, I'm gonna go ahead and select Polar from the drop down. You'll then get access to all the different channels where you can go ahead and add people from the different regions, but it's not that simple. What you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna go ahead and drop your friend code, your trainer name, and then what region you're looking for in the correct area. For example, I would come to the Polar channel. I'll add my friend code. That's not my actual friend code. I'm just writing a random name, my trainer name, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add Tundra, for example, because I'm missing that one, and post that. Now, once you've done that, you can then go through the different channels and add friends from the different regions, but only add people who are looking for your region. For example, I could go ahead and add Vike because they're saying anyone except for modern. Now, obviously, this might lead to a more sway in the more American-focused ones, but the more people who enter, the more variety we will get, and the more people you can add. For example, here, this person is still missing Polar, so I can go ahead and add them up. So join that below, drop your code, and use the following system. Anyone who doesn't use the system, by the way, your message will be deleted. And that is an amazing resource to go ahead and add people from around the world. Now, you have the friends in the game, but what are the secret strategies and tips to go ahead and get more out of pinning gifts every single day? Well, here's how the mechanic works. How you pin a gift is when you come, you have a gift sent to you, you can click on it, and in the bottom right, there is a pin button. Now, if you pin and unpin a gift, it still counts towards the Scatterbug check. So I always recommend as well, pinning and unpinning that, and then opening that gift. You cannot pin the same gift twice, so it's highly recommended to open the gift once you've pinned it, as then you know you'll never end up pinning and unpinning it, and it doesn't do anything. Now, of course, I'm sure you guys are wondering, how many gifts can you pin a day? You can pin and unpin unlimited gifts a day, as long as they are new gifts, or else they will not count. However, it might be hard to keep track of, and I don't think you really want to go through your full friends list, people who send you gifts every single day, and pin and unpin every single one. So I highly recommend you only pin and unpin the gifts of the gifts you can open in that day. Now, normally in Pokemon Go, the daily gift limit is 20, meaning you can only open 20 gifts a day. So on average, you're going to be pinning and unpinning about 20 gifts a day. However, currently with the Go Pass, you can get more out of it. For September, the Go Pass, if you hit rank 25 in it, you will be able to open up to 40 gifts a day. You'll also be able to hold up to 30 gifts in your item bag and receive 125 gifts a day from spinning Pokestops and photo discs, aka you can collect 125 gifts a day. If you do buy the Go Pass Deluxe, that does get boosted up to opening 50 gifts a day and holding 40 gifts in your item bag at once. So overall, highly recommend you hit rank 25 because that'll allow you to open more gifts every single day. However, you can also pin and unpin gifts that you've collected, but only 3 a day. For example, Soul Sniper here, if I'm gonna send him a gift, I can go ahead and pin and unpin that gift and then send him that gift. You can also do this in your Pokemon storage. If I come in here to this gift, I can go ahead and save and unsave it. I can do this, but again, only 3 gifts a day will count, and it does give you a warning usually. It's gonna give me a warning. There you go. It says, wait, did it show? It showed for a second. Pretty much just tells you can only pin 3 gifts of your own gifts a day, but you can pin unlimited gifts that were sent to you a day. Now, a top strategy the pros use in Pokemon Go is to actually use the nicknaming feature to their advantage when going ahead and pinning gifts for Scatterbug. Now, you can only change the nicknames of the friends in your friends list 20 times every single hour. There is a cap because of like some server things, but a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll come over here and they'll see, okay, where is this gift from? This gift is from Texas, United States. Taking a look at the map here, Brownsville looks to be here, so it's going to be in the High Plains. So then I'll simply just nickname this person High Plains. This is really good because then you can come into your search bar and quickly search out all the people from a certain region. Now, of course, if this person ever travels or goes around, to a different area, might send a gift from a different area. So it's not completely accurate, but it's really good because most people stay local. And you'll be able to tell where your gifts are coming from. Well, why is this important though? Well, it's important because you can't just go willy-nilly pinning every single gift in Pokemon Go. Because if you don't know, once you've collected a Scatterbug encounter, any gifts you pin before clicking onto that encounter button will not count towards the next Scatterbug encounter. So it's important to claim the Scatterbugs before you continue pinning gifts. So this is very important because it makes you remind yourself of how many gifts you need to pin from a certain region before going ahead and just pinning every gift. If I come into mine, for example, I need to pin 4 more postcards from the jungle region. So if I had the nicknaming set up, which I'm going to do right after this video, I could come in here, go jungle, pin 4 gifts from jungle, go ahead and get that encounter for the jungle Scatterbug, and then continue pinning gifts for the jungle region. Because again, if I were to pin gifts when the Scatterbug is waiting there for me to encounter it, it would not count towards. Remember to go ahead and be strategic in your pinning, not just go pinning willy-nilly. Now, a couple other strategies you can use when pinning gifts is number 1, try to send gifts to people, obviously to everybody on your friends list, but to people that haven't sent you a gift. Could be a little psychological thing, but there is a notification when you do receive a gift from somebody, so sometimes it might prompt them to go ahead and open that gift and send one back to you. So if you're trying to get a certain region to send you more gifts, send gifts to them. It's also very important for the Discord below. Don't just go ahead and add people from different regions without giving them gifts back. We got to share the love here, and it's only going to work if everybody's working together. Do keep an eye out as well for when they do raise the daily gifting limit. Again, you can go ahead and just pin every gift and unpin every gift on your friends list every single day. Some of them are not going to count towards anything for you because, of course, you might have pinned them a day before if you don't go ahead and only pin gifts you're about to open. But if you're going to follow the strategy of only pinning gifts that you're going to go ahead and open, I highly recommend you subscribe here to the channel, update you when the gifting limit does get increased. Finally, be sure to pine app and have a bug mega active anytime you're pinning and opening your gifts. Look, you see Scatterbug takes 125 candies to evolve all the way up into Pavilion. And because there's a total of 18 patterns, to get all the Scatterbug patterns plus Spoopas, you're gonna require about 2,200 candy. That's a lot of candy. So anytime you encounter a Scatterbug, especially because these encounters are so limited, use a pineapple berry or a silver pineapple berry and go ahead and mega a bug mega that's at least the max level. This will give you around 8 to 9 candies per Scatterbug you catch. These candies are hard to get. Also, you can wait for 2 times catch candy events and encounter your Scatterbugs then to get even more catch candy. And any Scatterbugs you catch, always recommend you go ahead and trade them away for +1 extra candy. Actually, this season right now, you're getting +2 candies and a guaranteed XL candies. This is a rare Pokemon, hard to get candies for, so do not take this lightly. Overall though, in summary, highly recommend you add friends from different regions in the Discord below. Go ahead and nickname them, and remember to go ahead and keep an eye on how many pins of each region you need, so you're going ahead and maximizing your Scatterbug encounters. I've only ever encountered 1 shiny Scatterbug. This is one of the rarest Pokemons in the game. Let me know how many you have watching the other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one. If you have any other tips, add them to the comment section below. Catch you all next one. Follow for tips. Peace.